You've got to be kidding me.
Casey, what happened?
Bradley Chubb got traded.
All right, guys, and welcome back to the Gridiron Line Show with Casey Crater and Zach Rhoda. Your titles are up now. Go.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
So, instant reaction. Boom. Just immediate thoughts.
No.
Breaking news right before we started recording. Casey's favorite defensive
I didn't
player.
even start the timer.
That's fine.
But just continue.
First off, let me ask you this. How do you feel about Bradley Chubb as a player?
I like him. I think he's good. I don't know why we traded him. I mean, he's not as good as I think we drafted him to be, but, like, he's still an integral piece of our defense, and I just don't understand why your team that's going all in on Russell Wilson, you're going all in to win now, and now, you know, after 1, 3, and 5 start, 8 games, you're going to decide to trade away one of your best defensive players. Like, why?
Well, how are you feeling about that front office about now? After the Russell Wilson trade, now this?
Don't even get me started. I don't know. That's. I mean, I knew, like, I figured it was going to happen. Like, I was, like, mentally prepared, sort of, but, jeez, man. So anyway, yeah, Bradley Chubb to the Dolphins for at least a 2023 first-round pick. Apparently they have the Niners as well, so we'll get one of those 2 picks. So we actually get a draft pick next year now, but I don't know why we decided to give up Bradley Chubb for it. I don't know. That's depressing. Anyway, so yeah, we're recording this episode at it's 2:31 p.m. on Tuesday, even though this won't be posted before the trade deadline. The trade deadline's at 4 p.m. Obviously, I just got some really terrible news as a Broncos fan, but yeah, that's part of the storyline. Part of the things we'll discuss today. There have been a couple trades that have gone on today so far. T.J. Hawkinson traded to the Vikings from the Lions, which makes no sense to me. I don't
get that.
They gave up Hawkinson and 2 fourth-round picks for a second and a third. You're giving up your best offensive player, and you're trading him in division.
And he's young, too. Is he still on a rookie contract? That might be... I didn't think about that until just now. Is he a third year?
He's still... Fourth? I think he's still on his rookie contract.
Maybe they're worried they wouldn't be able to re-sign him, or he didn't want to re-sign with them, and they had no choice but to trade him.
Maybe. But like, he's probably their best offensive player.
From a player skill standpoint, I don't understand. It must have been something behind the scenes in the front office and just not being able to work out a contract. That's the only thing I can possibly think of.
So anyway, that being said, also Chase Claypool has been traded from the Steelers to the Bears for a second-round pick, which I think is a lot to give up for Chase Claypool, but obviously the Bears...
Take it.
Well, yeah, I know you'll take it.
Where did they draft him at?
They drafted him in the second round.
Yeah.
So they're basically getting...
A fresh start,
which...
And they took Pickens in the second round, too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They seem to be good at drafting receivers in the second round, because wasn't Juju a second round draft
Juju was
too?
a second, yep. Deontay was, I think,
like
third or fourth, maybe?
Yeah. I think I saw a graphic last game against the Eagles.
Yeah.
Fourth or fifth.
So, anyway,
We're good.
yeah. Oh, by the way, welcome back, Jace Gibbons, to the show. It's been a little while. He wasn't with us on Sunday, but he's returned now to make my life miserable. William Jackson has also been traded from the Commanders to the Steelers. Steelers, we saw on Sunday, Zach, they desperately needed some cornerback help, and looks like they finally have gotten a little bit, so that's a good move for them.
Minka responsible for the entire secondary from how it seemed.
Oh, basically, yeah. He was
running all around the field.
It was bad how bad it was. So anyway, we will have Twitter opened up, and over the next hour or so, we will keep you abreast on any new trades that potentially come in. And while I try to get over my depression, let's Jace, what are we doing here? We're so behind on tallying up our game picks.
Yeah, so
can you just run us through what's going on here?
You guys already talked about the disappointment that was Ohio State versus Penn State. So we're going to spend the time that we would have talked about Penn State to get back on track, and everyone's going to watch us do it because I have a feeling it's going to get entertaining.
Okay, so that being said, I have the spreadsheet. Well, I'm pulling the spreadsheet up in front of me.
Spreadsheet's also on screen.
I can't see it.
No, I'm like...
Well, okay, I know they can see it.
Oh,
I
okay,
can't see it. That's the issue.
And they can see you guys at the same time. Because I am skilled.
Let's go.
Killing me, Jace. You are killing me. So anyway. Spreadsheet
So,
opened up.
Week 7. Who won?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, I don't know who
Okay,
won
give me
game
one
in week
sec
7.
here.
We need to figure this out
Let me. I have the schedule pulled up in front of me. I'm gonna go through every game and tell you who won. Okay.
All right.
Deal. Okay. Week 7. Cardinals won.
Wait. Let me find it.
It's at the top. We already did that one.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Ravens.
that one.
Ravens won.
Ravens.
Yep.
All right.
Panthers won, which I still don't know how that happened.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Bengals won.
Okay.
Cowboys won.
All right.
Giants won.
Uh-huh.
Commanders won.
Uh-huh.
Titans won.
All right.
Raiders won.
Shocker.
Jets won.
Shocker.
Hate you. Chiefs won.
Uh-huh.
Seahawks won.
Uh-huh.
Dolphins won.
Uh-huh.
Bears
Shocker.
won.
Okay. And then we go green. Wrong green. This green. That green.
I love how you guys are actually getting to see this now. Those of
we
you
got
watching
nothing
at
else
home,
to do.
You get to see this. Well, we could certainly have filled the time with other things.
Oh
to
yeah,
talk
like
about.
actually.
By the
like,
time this
important
happens,
things to do. Ow,
A new
shit.
trade may have happened.
Honestly,
for all we
true.
know.
Yeah.
This is the
Could
trade
you have
deadline
both tabs
show.
up,
Both tabs what?
like just in case?
Oh, I'll flip back and forth. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm keeping it.
All right. So,
And I'll probably get a text too.
1,
So
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
text from
8,
Schefter.
9, 10.
yeah, Schefter's got my phone number.
10 from Zach, which gives
He
him
got
1,
10?
2, 3, 4 wrong. It's not looking good, Casey.
Oh wow, that looks bad.
2, 3,
That looks
4,
bad.
5, 6, 7 right from Casey.
Jeez,
Oh.
that's worse than I
That's
thought.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh, boy.
6, 7 wrong. Exactly 5.
The only ones that Zach got wrong were the ones that we picked exactly the same on.
Correct. And
It's not looking good for me.
And every single one that you differentiated on, you were wrong.
Yeah, I know. All right, so the week 8. You don't even have the week 8 games written down.
No, I just put this template in.
Oh boy, this is gonna take a while.
And the 2 of the 3 games I
Okay.
got wrong involved the Bears and Panthers winning.
Okay,
Yeah.
So like I'm
So
never
it
gonna
doesn't
pick
even
them.
count.
are you
Yeah.
are you ready, Jace?
Now, give me a sec.
Oh my gosh.
I need to add a bunch of random columns here so we can see it on screen. All right. Hit me.
All right, Ravens Buccaneers.
Oh,
You
God.
want to know the teams we picked?
Everyone
too?
can watch my horrible typing.
Ravens and Buccaneers. We each had Tampa, and they lost.
Buccaneers. Copy that.
Okay.
And then
They lost.
Lost. Got it.
Okay. Broncos Jaguars. We each had Broncos, and they won.
Broncos. Jaguars. Surprisingly, you were correct.
I really thought they were gonna lose that game.
I
I was
did-
like,
I
why
did
did
too.
I keep
I did
saying
too.
I'm not gonna pick the Broncos, and then I
We had
picked
talked
the
about
Broncos.
that. Dolphins Lions, and we each had the Dolphins. That was an interesting game. We were watching that. We were watching like the box score, like as the Eagles Steelers game was going on, and the Lions got off to a big start, and we were like, man, are they gonna win that game?
Tua's
And
throwing
then
the ball.
Tua's just
all
been
over.
insane.
Dolphins won, correct?
Dolphins won.
All right.
Okay.
This game.
Panthers Falcons. We each had the Falcons. They mercifully won. I that was like the highlight of our show last week. I don't even care. That watching the end of that game, like
It was so.
we'll post the
incredible.
clips on social media. That game was insane.
It's exactly
Um,
what you'd expect from a Panthers Falcons game.
Yeah, that was
At
wild.
least this season.
You guys are doing great so far at picking different teams.
Yeah, I know. Cardinals Vikings. Okay, here we picked different.
We had 2 teams
Yeah.
or 2 games we picked.
He took
different.
Arizona. I took the Vikings, and the Vikings won. So give me that one.
Wow, Casey got one right.
Yeah, chalk it up for me. Let's go.
You're
comeback
still
season.
losing by like 5 games.
Comeback season. I don't care. Comeback season, baby. You ready, Jace?
What? Yeah.
Bears Cowboys. We each had Cowboys. Cowboys won. Obviously. I don't know how that game was as high scoring as it was.
Next.
All right. Raiders Saints. We each had the Raiders, and not only did they lose, they got shut out 24-0. That was pretty sad.
There's no reason the Raiders should be shut out by the Saints.
Yeah, that
Raiders
team's
bad.
that Raiders have some issues
Isn't that
right
the
now.
Andy Dalton Saints too?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Andy Dalton has looked
Playing well.
Andy Dalton's looked better than Jameis Winston, which
Good, because I picked him up on Dynasty because I'm not playing Mac Jones as a backup while
you have
Lamar's
a
on bye.
claim in for him,
Yeah,
right?
Mac Jones has been
Huh?
terrible.
You have a claim in for Dalton?
Yeah.
You sure you're gonna get him?
No. But there's only 3 active quarterbacks available. So if one of you fuckers takes...
I don't want Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I'll take PJ Walker off your hands.
Go ahead.
All right, Steelers, Eagles. We obviously each had the Eagles. Eagles won. You knew that. You don't even have the
What
final.
were our score predictions?
He doesn't have the final. I didn't even think about it. He doesn't have the final scores written down.
I think I was close.
Nope.
Darn it.
I think I had the Eagles getting 35.
I forget.
I think I said 35-14.
Did he say that, Jace? Do you have that written down anywhere?
No, because I wasn't here.
Oh, we have that in the video.
Do
it was
we?
in the hold on.
Did we make? I don't even think we did score predictions. Did we?
I don't know.
No, I
okay,
remember at the
in the
very
meantime-
end of the episode. I remember it was like the final minute. Hold
Okay.
on.
In the meantime, Patriots, Jets. We okay. This is the one we differed on.
Patriots.
Zach had the Patriots. I had the Jets. Patriots won.
Patriots. Jet.
Okay.
Some Gridiron lineception here.
Titans, Texans. We both had the Titans. They won.
Wait, so what did you pick?
Titans, and they won.
Patrons. Yeah, screw you, Derrick Henry.
Okay. Giants, Seahawks. We each had the Seahawks. Seahawks won.
Giants.
We're getting there, Jace. Don't worry.
Seahawks.
Oh wait, no, I'm stupid.
Seahawks.
That was for the Steelers Dolphins game. I said 35-14.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was a little bit. Oh, so wait. Oh, I just thought of this. So we tied this week.
And you didn't do a tiebreaker.
We didn't do a tiebreaker.
Mm.
I'm gone for one show.
Oh, okay, boys. Okay, one little bright spot here. Chase Edmonds is also included in that Dolphins-Broncos trade. So we're getting Chase Edmonds.
Let's go!
Makes me feel
Now
only
that's
slightly
even
better.
worse for
That's
me
terrible
as a
for fantasy.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Commanders, Colts. We each had the Colts. They lost. That's all that does is muddle that backfield even more. Like we have like a 4-man committee now.
Can you
in
guys
that
please
backfield.
just release Melvin Gordon?
Dude, I would kind of wish we would at this
Because
point.
otherwise I might at this point.
49ers, Rams. We both had Niners. Niners won.
49ers versus Rams.
Why is Jace talking like this?
49ers.
What do you mean?
Just-
Normally
The Gabagoo.
Bills, Packers. We both had the Bills, and the Bills won. And this game ticks me off. Bengals, Browns.
Really?
I even said on the
Grind your
show.
gears.
I even said on the show I should have picked the Browns, and I picked the Bengals, and we both picked the Bengals. They lost.
Bengals.
So
That offensive line for the Bengals still is not that good.
Nope.
Even though
No,
they made
no, that's-
all these...
they made all those big like trades and acquisitions in the offseason.
Yeah, it's just...
So it's a first-round pick, Chase Edmonds, and more going to Denver. So at least it sounds like we got a haul in return for him, but that still doesn't make me feel great about it. But honestly, though, you add Bradley Chubb to that Dolphins defense. I mean, that Dolphins
I was
defense
gonna
has
say,
already been playing like
Dolphins going all in.
lights out.
Well, Casey, this
Yeah.
is the best you've done, and you tied.
How'd I do?
10-5. So overall,
So we didn't do a
Yeah,
tiebreaker,
bad.
but I mean, to be fair, that doesn't matter too much for this week.
Yeah. Are these included in this?
I mean, we're more worried
Oh,
about
it's
the
not.
overall. So
This
That's-
week, I need to go with some bold predictions. I've been
Yeah.
kind of just making the same as you recently.
well, the thing is, I have to go with some bold predictions because I'm down. Like I
Yeah.
gotta start
Casey's
making.
the one that's got to pick it up.
Yeah. You're doing fine. I should have picked the Browns last week. That was a mistake on my part. But didn't happen, obviously.
In case you have 69.
Nice.
Nice.
The only bad part of that is I haven't added Zach's 10 yet, and he was only down by 4.
So he's up by 6.
So yeah, he has 75. It's not looking good for you, buddy.
Okay, so yeah, obviously I'm sure you can see on the screen, but I am 69, 53, and 1. Zach is 75, 47, and 1. So he is up by 6 games after week 8.
Yup.
All right, so while we talk about what we were going to talk about, Chase, you can put in the games for week 9.
Wait, yeah.
And I'm going to leave that to yourself, unless you
I keep forgetting that we're recording.
Yeah.
Add another column. Yeah, this is usually done beforehand, but
As you can tell, we have not been on top of our stuff lately.
This is a good behind-the-scenes look at the process of what goes into making this show.
yeah,
That being said,
that's why we're doing it.
Yes.
So while Jace puts those games in, which are you going to do that now, or
As we go.
do you want me to actually tell them to you?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to just tell you the matchups, and then we'll do our picks later. Deal?
Okay.
Deal. Okay. Here are the matchups for Week 9. We'll go through these. Eagles Texans.
On Thursday night?
Yes, sir.
That's a shit game.
Yepers.
Watch us lose.
Makes it perfect for the World Series, though. Actually, no, that kind of screws the World Series because their games got moved back now.
Yeah.
Either way, Colts Patriots. Oh, Jace. Killing
I'm
me.
working on it.
Killing me, Jace.
I swear I'm good at typing.
Packers Lions.
Oh my god.
I swear. We need a secretary for this show. I
We
think
do,
that's
please.
That's our next upgrade. Chargers
We're
Falcons.
now open to receiving applications.
Bills Jets.
Alright.
Vikings Commanders.
Alright.
Panthers Bengals. Raiders Jaguars. Dolphins Bears.
Wow. Wait. Proper capitalization. Okay.
Seahawks Cardinals.
Uh-huh.
Rams Buccaneers.
Wait. Alright. Oh. Give me 1 sec.
We have 2 more games, Jace.
I'm working on it.
Come on!
Alright.
Titans Chiefs.
Alright.
And Ravens Saints. All right. And who's on bye this week? Let me.
I know Steelers are
Broncos.
Brunky.
There's a lot.
Cowboys.
There's I think 6 teams on bye this week.
Yes.
And they are Browns, Cowboys, Broncos, Giants, Steelers, 49ers. All on bye.
Alright, we're back to just you guys.
Okay, cool. Thank you for getting on top of that, Chase. Even though it's going to really bother my OCD that you don't have the final scores now next to every game, but
I can fix it later.
okay, deal. Either way. So that being said, before we get into our Week 9 NFL predictions, let's talk a little bit of college football because.
What? I thought we weren't talking about college football.
No.
We said we are going to talk a little bit.
Oh.
We'll mention Penn State first. We
Understand.
talked a little bit about Ohio State, Penn State earlier. I mean, obviously, last week. That was a little depressing how that ended up. This week, they play Indiana. That'll be at Indiana, Saturday, 3:30 p.m. A lot of questions about who QB1 is going to be, Zach, whether it's going to be Drew Aller or Sean Clifford. Apparently, they're reevaluating the position this week, Zach. So,
with that being said, I think that them hinting at Aller is going to start this week.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because they've had... What is there to evaluate, really? With Clifford, he's been their starter for how long now?
Yeah.
They're probably not going to come right out and say, oh, yeah, we're starting Aller this week. But if Clifford is starting the game, he's going to be on a very short lease.
It's just a matter of it's just a matter of how loyal is James Franklin going to be to Sean Clifford. I think that's all it comes down to at this point. If he feels a need to be loyal to him, like I still think Clifford for sure is going to start the Michigan State game, just because that's his last game in Beaver, and I feel like Franklin's the type of guy that would do right by his seniors. But I would not be surprised if Aller starts this game, maybe starts Maryland, probably starts Rutgers, or at least plays most of the game.
And I also think that Franklin's starting Clifford up to this point says a lot about how loyal he is to him. Because, I mean, if you ask most students here at school, before the season even started, everyone was saying, "Oh, start Aller," and that wasn't going to happen.
Aller's looks raw. He's looked raw, and like Clifford, for the most part this year, Sean Clifford has played well. Like I feel like for the most part he's made big, good plays. It's just obviously Ohio State turning the ball over 4 times. You can't do that. And he didn't look good against Michigan. Offense as a whole looked terrible against Michigan. Like, you've got to be able to win the big games, and that's something that this Penn State team, once again this year, has not been able to do, and it's why they're going to miss the CFP again. They're not going to be in the Big Ten title race, and that ultimately, like, Penn State has been the 3rd best team in that side of the Big Ten for the past 3 or 4 years, it seems like now, and once again, they're going to be 3rd best because they just can't win those big games.
And that's why Penn State has to be just really patient with Aller, because he's oozing with talent, but Clifford is just far more polished and experienced.
Yeah.
And for this season, you just wanted to run the table with him, see how far it can get you. And it's at a point now where we just lost 2 games now on the year. So now it's kind of where do we go from here?
Sorry, well, Jace, what do you...
So... We usually do this before we get started. I kind of forgot. But we have our weekly checkup of the channel. So, first, I would like to say that in the 3 hours that your 3 hour and 41 minute episode of you guys watching football and looking at your phones for the last hour, 12 people have clicked on it.
That's impressive.
God bless you. But
I haven't even put it on my story yet. Zach has already promoted it and done everything.
Our subscriber count has increased.
To what?
14.
It was at 14
we shouted that out on the show.
It was at 14
we checked
Sunday.
During this show. And
yeah, come on, get with it, Chase.
Yeah, I definitely was watched that.
You were definitely one of the 12 viewers.
I definitely watched that before posting it. I would never just randomly post it and not actually watch the 3.5 hour episode.
Listen, dude, I can't help it. I can't help it that Eddie Pinheiro can't make a kick to save his life.
We even said during the episode, we're like, dude, there is no way anyone watches this. Our reaction to a game after it's occurred, and we don't even have the game up. It's literally just us.
We had it muted.
We had the game muted too.
Why?
For copyright.
It doesn't matter that much.
True, we don't have to worry about demonetization.
We're making a lot of money here, boys. So anyway, Indiana's 3-5. We'll play them Saturday. Hopefully, at least get back on the right track and see what happens. Penn State fell to 16 in the AP poll, so I mean, we're still probably going to finish. If we win out, which I think we could, we'll still
25.
Oh yeah, we'll be probably maybe 10, 11, 12, somewhere in that range. Get a good bowl game, but that's not going to cut it for Penn State. It's very similar to a couple of years ago. Last year, Micah Parsons was here, I feel like, when we just couldn't win those big games. And that's going to be the downfall, I feel like, for Penn State. But anyway, that being said, there is one big game this week in college football that we felt the need to preview. And Tennessee, Georgia. This is a top 2 matchup. Yeah, not top 5, not top 3, top 2. Now, to be fair, Tennessee and Ohio State are tied for 2 in the AP poll, which I kind of feel like was just done to make sure this was a top 2 game. But Georgia coming in, undisputed number 1 in the country. Tennessee tied for number 2 with Ohio State. And, I mean, this is a game that's, definitely it's going to decide the SEC East. Tennessee already has beaten Alabama this year, 52-49. Georgia has not really faced a big test all year. Their closest game was Missouri. They nearly got upset there on the road. They beat them 26-22. They're coming off a win last week over Florida, 42-20. Tennessee is coming off just an absolute stomping of, I think they were number 19 ranked Kentucky entering that game, 44-6. Just absolutely destroyed the Wildcats. Will Levis had a terrible game. And Hendon Hooker now is the favorite to win the Heisman. Tennessee's quarterback has just been outstanding this year.
Is he draft eligible?
I believe he is.
I think he might be, because I saw like an early top 5 draft board.
Yeah, no, he
quarterback
is.
Positional ranking thing.
He's been amazing. And, well, the thing about him, like, Hooker and Bennett, Stetson Bennett, quarterback for Georgia, both, are guys that have been around for a while. They've got a lot of experience playing. Obviously, Stetson Bennett, championship-winning quarterback last year with Georgia. This is going to be, I think this is probably, game of the year in college football, at least until the playoff. This is the game, because Tennessee, the way they've looked, I'd argue they're better than Georgia. I think they've looked better than Georgia so far this year. And
they looked impressive against Alabama.
Alabama. They just blew out Kentucky. Georgia, it's tough to evaluate them because they really haven't played. The only good team they played was Oregon, and Oregon's been really good. They beat them 49-3 in week 1. Now, Oregon, I think, has found their footing since then. They're number 8 now in the country, but
if Tennessee
I don't know how
wins
to
this
evaluate
game,
this.
I think it's their year. I think they're gonna
yeah.
probably be definitely the favorites to win the national championship.
I think whoever wins this game establishes themselves clearly as the favorite in the national title race, without a doubt. And it's going to be really interesting because I think Tennessee, we've been thinking, you're talking about, is this team for real? And them beating Alabama a couple weeks ago, I think proved to everybody that, yeah, this team can do it. This team has the ability to make a deep run. And if they beat Georgia this week, they're in position now where they can really maybe run the table. And for Tennessee, a program that has a long and storied history in college football, but has not had a lot of success in recent years, for them to come out this season and return to prominence, that's big, and that's huge for the SEC. And Tennessee's they've got a shot. They really have a shot to win this game. It's going to be interesting. Do you have a prediction for that game, Zach? What do you think here? Tennessee. It's in Georgia, by the way, if that makes a difference. It'll be played at Georgia. Both teams are 8-0, undefeated.
If I had to pick who I think's going to win that game, I think Georgia wins this, but I think Tennessee wins the national championship.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. I think they'll play each other again.
I agree. I think they could play each other again.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
But also, I could definitely see Tennessee going there and beating them in their home stadium.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to Georgia and their vaunted defense against a Tennessee offense that's looked unstoppable this year to this point with Hendon Hooker.
Georgia, they're no stranger to the big games. Last year, they just won the national championship.
But you look at Tennessee's resume. Tennessee's resume I feel like is more impressive than Georgia's, which is why I'm a little skeptical because even LSU. They blew out LSU a few weeks ago before beating Alabama, and they blew out Kentucky last week, and now they get Georgia. I think Tennessee wins this game. I really do. I think this is the game they go in on the road and they show everybody they're for real. They're going to go in as SEC champion and top team in the CFP, I think, if they win this game. I think this could be Tennessee's year. I really do.
If I had a gun to my head right now and said pick a team, I would take Tennessee.
Yeah. You make a good point, though. I think there's a chance Georgia could win this game.
I just have a gut feeling that Georgia's going to win this.
Yeah, it's
and for all I know, they could just get their asses beat. But
if it's a blowout, that's going to be really interesting to see what happens because, there's.
I think Tennessee will lose this game, but then win out the rest of the season. I think this could be their only loss, and it'll still be good enough to have them in the top 4.
And Georgia is dealing with a big linebacker injury. Nolan Smith, one of their best linebackers, he's now out for the season. So that's not great for them on the defensive end either against that offense. So it's going to be
good.
It's going to be interesting. Look, I think regardless of what happens, both these teams make the playoff. I think the way it'll work out, Georgia's probably only going to have one loss. I think they should still get in, and or even Tennessee, whoever loses this game should only have one loss because Tennessee plays Missouri, South Carolina, and Vanderbilt, and Georgia plays Mississippi State, Kentucky, and Georgia Tech. So I think they should win all those games. It just comes
and it
down
should be
to
a close game, unless one team just completely annihilates the other.
Yeah.
They'll probably end up seeing each other again.
Yeah, I agree. So, either way, that's going to be the game that has everybody in the college football world talking this week. Tennessee, Georgia, top 2 matchup. We'll probably recap that game a little bit on next week's episode of the Gridiron Line. But with that being said,
let's get to something I actually know a thing or two about.
We know a little bit about college football, but
we didn't say what games we wanted to.
We're just gonna make it up as we go.
Okay. We got 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
So let's start here.
This will probably take a bit of time.
Eagles, will it though? Do we really want to spend time talking about this game? Eagles Texans Thursday night football. Philly obviously undefeated. Houston very much not. They are very much defeated. Oh wow! Hold on. Big trade here.
Ooh.
Calvin Ridley has been traded to the Jaguars.
I thought that said the Eagles. I was like, what?
Falcons are trading Calvin Ridley to the Jaguars in exchange for what is being called complex draft compensation. Can be worth at maximum a 2023 fifth-round pick and a 2024 second-round pick. Ridley is suspended, of course, the entire season.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, that's a steal.
That's a steal.
The man that overtook Julio Jones for a fifth.
That's interesting.
And he's not playing.
Well,
it's
here's
because
the thing.
He gambled and
there's
bet
a lot
on his
of
own
risk.
team to
There's
win
a
the
lot
game
of
he
risk
wasn't
with
playing.
that because
It's like
Calvin Ridley basically has not played a game in 2 years. Didn't play hardly at all last year. Isn't going to play this year. So you're taking a big risk that he's still the player he was before all that.
I mean, it's
But
not
like-
an injury.
but yeah,
it's not
it's
like
not
he's
like
going to
an
forget how
injury,
to
too.
play football. It's not
Obviously,
like he's
the
going to
NFL
stop
doesn't
training.
care about that. Look at Deshaun
Well,
Watson.
that's exactly.
And also,
That's the point.
It's
So-
not like the man's gonna forget how to play football, and it's not like he's just gonna not be in shape and like not be practicing and training. Like he's gonna come back. It's like Jamar Chase when people are like, "Oh, when coming out of the draft, he took the year off, but he came back and he's still going off."
Here's the very confusing trade compensation. If Calvin Ridley gets reinstated by a certain date, it's worth a 2023 fifth. Otherwise, it's a sixth. If he makes the team in 2024, it's at least a fourth. If he hits a playtime milestone, that fourth becomes a third. And if Jacksonville gets a long-term deal done with him, it's a second.
I'll tell you what, though. The Jaguars had a bunch of like wide receiver 2s and wide receivers 3.
You pair him with Christian Kirk.
That's a wide receiver 1.
That's good.
And Christian Kirk has been their wide receiver 1 all by himself.
And he's played pretty well this year.
He's
like
played
to be
really
fair,
well.
yeah. Like a lot of people gave him crap for that deal, but like he's played.
That's what you got to do for Trevor Lawrence.
He's played well.
Just surround him with as much talent as possible.
So anyway, that's an interesting trade there. Obviously, not a win now move for the Jaguars, but something that will hopefully help them in the future as they try to keep on with their team. So, getting back to what we were talking about, Eagles Texans Thursday night football. As I said, the Eagles are undefeated. Texans are very defeated, 1-5-1.
Eagles are going to keep rolling 8-0.
Yeah, they're going to win this.
They'll
game.
take care of business.
I think you know what I'm going to say. I think both Philly teams are going to win that night. Eagles going to win. Philly's going to win Game 5, and I think that's what's going to happen.
I hope, dude.
Game 3's tonight in Philly. Game 4's tomorrow in Philly.
Do you think they win tonight?
I do. I think they win
don't.
tonight. No, well, honestly, here's the thing. Philly's been so good at home this year in the playoffs. Like, I don't think they're going to win all 3 games, but, like, I would not be surprised if they at least take a 3-2 series lead back to Houston. That's kind of what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to take 2 of the next 3.
They have to.
They'll win tonight, lose tomorrow, win Game 5. That's my prediction. And then we'll see what happens when they go back to Houston on Saturday and Sunday, but
we'll see.
Anyway. So, yeah, we both have the Eagles winning that game. Jace, do you have that in?
Oh yeah, I
You're-
marked it as a win.
All right, good.
Watch the Texans win that game.
It's not happening.
If they
Okay.
do, I don't even know what to say.
Also, I'm showing screen while we do this.
Yeah,
too.
okay, I see that
Okay.
now. So, Colts-Patriots is the next game, Sunday. Obviously, Mac Jones reinstated at the starter for the Patriots. They're coming off a big win over the Jets. Colts are coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Commanders with Sam Ehlinger as a starter.
Give me the Patriots. Colts are not good this year.
Colts just fired their offensive coordinator earlier
did?
today. Yeah. I'm going to take Indy. I think Indy wins it. I think this is a game where Ehlinger will be patient with the ball. Now, I mean, this is tough because Bill Belichick historically has a really good record against like young and rookie quarterbacks, but I think the Colts, if they play smart, play within their bounds, I think they have more talent than the Patriots have on their roster, even with Sam Ehlinger at quarterback. And that Colts defense is still pretty good too. So if they can force Mac Jones into some mistakes, I think Colts win that
Here's
game.
the thing. With those two teams, you know it's going to be low scoring. And in a low scoring
Yeah.
game, I'm taking the Patriots. Better coaching, more experience.
I think it's going to come
Against
down
Sam
to
Ehlinger.
Yeah, that's true.
And in New England, I just can't see them winning.
I
They're
mean,
just
I just have
better
this. I
organization.
have this feeling the Colts are going to win this game, and I feel like if I go against my gut one more time, I'm going to be really ticked at myself. So, give me the Colts. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, this is a game Jonathan Taylor gets things turned around. Packers Lions. Okay, this is an interesting game. Two teams that desperately need a win. This game's in Detroit. Lions are 1-6. They are down bad right now. They just traded T.J. Hawkinson. Packers are 3-5. They are equally down bad. Aaron Rodgers is probably wishing he retired right about now.
Packers.
Give me the Packers though. I mean, I hate seeing the Lions fall to 1-7, but I can't see any way Aaron Rodgers
The
loses
collapse
this
after
game.
last week, just trading T.J. Hawkinson, they need to finish games.
Yeah,
And the Packers, I feel like if anything, they're gonna start to turn things around.
yeah.
soon.
They're
gonna one of those teams by the end of the season is gonna be making a playoff push, and it's not gonna be the Lions.
This is going to be Aaron Rodgers trying to make something happen here. Got a trade here. Dolphins are trading a 2023 fifth-round pick to the 49ers for running back Jeff Wilson Jr.
That's
So
good for the Niners.
They lost Chase Edmonds.
and they just got another one.
Yeah, because they totally needed another one. They have Mostert and like Gaskin and
It's the 49ers running back core from 2 years ago.
actually it is.
Basically.
It
That's
is
what it
actually.
is.
Yeah,
Like-
you're right. But yeah, trades continue to flow in here. Right before the trade deadline, we've 53 minutes till the trade deadline officially hits. But yeah, I have the Packers winning that game. I just can't see Aaron Rodgers losing to the Lions in this situation, knowing that he's backed in a corner, back against the wall. Lions don't have a good defense. I think this is a game where this could be a get-right game for Rodgers in that receiving core, so I think they get the win. Chargers-Falcons. This is actually a much more interesting game than we probably thought it was going to be.
Chargers coming off the bye week. I think
They're
they
coming off
win
the
this.
bye. I do too.
And after a upset by the Seahawks, if you can even call it an upset, with how the Seahawks have actually been playing this season.
Seahawks have played great, but
Chargers still at the end of the day are a great team.
Yeah, I agree.
They haven't really been playing at it at most times, but that roster, it's only a matter of time before they figure things out. You'd think.
Yeah, I agree. I think Chargers will win it. I think the Falcons have been a fun watch this year. They've been a lot better than I thought they were, and somehow they're leading the NFC South, which is just unfathomable to me. But, yeah, Chargers are going to win this game, I think. I think coming off a bye, they'll have all the momentum. And the Falcons coming off that big overtime game, the range of emotions, like all that they went through. And they just don't have the talent to match up with that team, I don't feel like. So, give me Chargers. All right, Bills-Jets.
Let me just start by saying this. You know how
I'm actually starting with this game.
last show we're discussing the MVP race and how you said Josh Allen's the clear-cut number one. Can we pull up his stats?
Okay.
Because I feel like
You're going to compare him to Jalen Hurts?
I just saw last game. It was like 2 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Okay.
I don't know. I know he started off really strong, but I don't. Let me see.
All right,
I would say he's like clear far above.
Here are his numbers through the
far.
air: 19 touchdowns, 6 picks, 105.9 rating. I'll pull up the rushing stats in a sec. Let me get Jalen's numbers first. Jalen's numbers: 10 touchdowns, 2 picks,
Pull up rushing.
105.1 ranking. But yeah, let's look at the rushing here because that's also where things make
At
a
least
difference.
6.
So Hurts is tied for second in the league with fewest interceptions. He's tied for 12th in the league most passing touchdowns. Rushing wise, come on, do we have overall numbers here? Come on. You guys have Ian Book. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot you had Ian Book. We're getting there. I promise. Where?
Maybe stats, because that's an overview.
Wait, stats. Oh, Lord. Okay,
Yeah,
rushing. Okay. His rushing numbers on the season: 303 yards on 79 carries, 6 touchdowns. Now, you compare that to Josh Allen. His stats. Is this going to show it? No. Stats. This should show it. His rushing numbers: 306 yards on 53 carries, 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Okay, so this is interesting.
It's a lot. I would give Josh Allen the edge, but it's a lot closer than you'd think.
It's close. I agree. I would say it's between those two. And Mahomes, I think, is still kind of in the hunt as well, but I think it's mainly going to come down to Allen and Hurts. And at this point, I would still give the edge to Allen. Now, that being said, this week's an interesting game because I feel like this could be a tough game between the Jets and the Bills. It's in the Meadowlands at the Jets Stadium. Jets are 5-3, coming off a loss. Bills are 6-1, coming off a big win. So this is a potential trap game, I feel like, for the Bills. That being said, like, the only reason that Bills game was as close as it was is because Josh Allen just made some stupid decisions at the end of that game, which he admitted. Like, he had a couple terrible throws that made that game a lot closer than it was. So I'm gonna take the Bills here, even though I feel like the Jets are gonna have a shot to make it close. But give me Buffalo.
Give me the Bills. I think their offense is gonna put up a lot of points, and it's gonna come down to Zach Wilson and whether or not he can throw the ball. And I do not like Zach Wilson at all.
I don't either.
I think Joe Flacco was a better fit in that offense. He's looked
better this year. Yeah, when Joe Flacco's been playing, he's looked better than Zach Wilson, which is kind of crazy to think about. But
and the Jets have a good record so far despite Zach Wilson's performance because Breece Hall's been running the ball extremely well, and now he went down and they acquired James Robinson, but still, I just think the Bills are gonna be way too much for the Jets to keep up with.
Yeah. Okay. Vikings Commanders. I don't feel like we have to talk about this one that much. Vikings. They just acquired T.J. Hawkinson. The Commanders coming off a win. There's no way they're gonna put 2 in a row on the board. Give me the Vikings. They'll be 7-1.
Yeah.
you were thinking about it. You were thinking about it. Washington's 4-4.
I like Washington more with Heineke, but at the same time, it's like, no, they're not good. I'm not gonna pick that team.
Okay, Panthers Bengals. I'm sorry, Bengals are gonna. This is the lock of the week. Bengals are not losing 2 in a row. Not after getting embarrassed on Monday night. Even if they don't have Jamar Chase, and no, Panthers don't have a shot in this one. Give me the Bengals. Who are you taking?
Zach, don't do it.
You take the Panthers, I swear to God.
It's a dumb idea, Zach. Don't do it.
Okay. I was going to say, there's no way.
I was thinking about it, I'm like...
There's no way.
There'd be some... Like, watch it. Yeah, the Bengals will win that game.
Bengals going to win. Okay.
There's no way the Panthers win. It's just weird. Like, it's almost like they're trying to tank, but the team isn't letting them because they're, like, actually playing close in these games, and they're even trying to trade Brian Burns, maybe, and still, like...
It's weird. They're tanking.
What's their record?
They're tanking, and they're still in the hunt in the NFC South, which is wild.
That's what I'm saying. It's like...
Now they're 2 games back, but, like, they're 2-6. And they're only 2 games out of first place.
Bengals need to win this game.
No, they will. I think they will.
There's no reason for them not to.
I agree.
It's just after last night, I was like, I don't even know what that team.
They're just so
they're just inconsistent.
They're
this
so
season.
inconsistent. Yeah. Raiders, Jaguars. 2 teams that really, really desperately need a win. Raiders are 2-5. Jags are 2-6. This game's in Jacksonville.
Give me the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars win this game, and then McDaniels gets on the hot seat.
I think I agree with you.
If you get shut out by the Saints, that's a team that gave up on their head coach.
The Raiders are so massively underperforming for the talent they have on that team.
Exactly.
Derek Carr is not playing well. He's not getting the ball to his playmakers.
He got 1 fantasy point.
Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow have had terrible seasons. Darren Waller's been hurt all year. Like, the Jags have at least been competitive in every game they've played. I think they're going to get a win, I think, this week. Dolphins, Bears. Dolphins are 5-3. Bears are 3-5. This game's in Chicago.
Dolphins are going to win this game. Dolphins have their eyes on the
Bears
postseason.
just traded.
Bears have their eyes on whether or not they can actually turn Justin Fields
The Bears
into a
just traded
quarterback.
Roquan Smith
They
to
did?
the Ravens. Yesterday they did.
What?
Yeah, Bears traded Roquan Smith to the Ravens.
That's huge for the Ravens.
Yeah, that's big for them. This game's in Chicago, though.
I don't care. Dolphins are going to go in there and probably Tua will throw 300 plus again.
But the offense for Chicago has been looking good the past couple weeks. Like, they put up 29 on the Cowboys, put up 33 on the Patriots.
And now the Dolphins have...
Bradley Chubb. Yeah,
yes.
I know. So if nothing else, simply out of spite, give me the Bears. I'm taking the Bears.
Okay.
I think the Bears are going to win this game.
Fair now.
Dolphins are clearly the better team, but I think the Bears are going to win. I think they're starting... This is the last stand for Justin Fields. I think that they're finally starting to figure out how to use him, I feel like, correctly, which is weird.
All right, extremely off topic, but I was just looking at our fantasy league. Good God, does it look really weird without divisions? So Ethan is in first place.
Why are we talking about this?
Because it's wild. Ethan's in first place with a record of 6-2. And then Lance, me, Brandon, Luke, and Zach are all in second with a record of 5-3. Then in 7th place is Ben, Colson, and Casey with 4-4. So you guys are 2 games back and you're in 7th. Then we jump down to 10th place where we have Austin at 3-5. Again, just another game back, and he's in 10th place. And 11th place is another tie. Connor and Frank are 1-7.
Frank got a win? Frank got a win? Let's go!
Yeah, who did he win?
He was 0-7 entering the week.
He beat Austin by 3. But yeah, no, Lance went 0-3 for the first 3 weeks, has not lost since.
Yeah, I know. It would have been nice.
He's now in.
Would have been nice if
he's active in the trade market.
Would have been nice. I made a trade with him this morning.
He sent me one today, but I did not like it.
He sent me 5 trade requests for Gabe Davis. I don't want Gabe Davis.
He really wants Kenneth Walker from me. Lance is the new Frank.
I would trade a lot for Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, but I don't want to give him up. He's too good. There's a reason I drafted him.
He keeps trying to give me Gabe Davis.
He tried trading me Gabe Davis. Oh.
He wanted Gabe Davis. He was going to give me Gabe Davis and Travis Kelce for DeAndre Hopkins and George Kittle. No.
No.
Every single trade he has sent me, even the fantasy app says that I'm losing that trade if I take it. Every single one.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. All right.
Not doing it.
Anyway, after going off on that tangent, there's your weekly Comtech Fantasy Football update. Let's move on to our next game.
I'm in second, Casey's in 7th.
Okay, whatever.
Seahawks. I want to point that out.
I hate you. Seahawks Cardinals.
Make sure everyone knows.
This game's in Arizona. They're 3-5. Seahawks are 5-3. I don't know who to pick for this game. I really have no idea.
I don't want to go against
this
my
could
man
go
Gino, but I gotta take the Cardinals just because I can tell they're starting to get momentum with D-Hop back in the lineup.
Oh, I think I'm streaming the Seahawks defense this week, so it'd be really weird if I picked the Cardinals to win this game. But
then just don't stream the
If the
Seahawks.
I also
Seahawks win
kind of
this
agree with
game,
you.
that puts them at 6-3 on the
6-3,
season.
which is
And
big.
nobody can say they saw that coming, because going into the season, people are saying this might be the worst start, like the roster in the NFL. And now,
I think solely because the Cardinals have D-Hop, they're going to win this game.
I agree.
That's the only reason I think they're going to win this game.
He and Kyler Murray have such a good connection. We even saw when watching Red Zone last week that one play where they threw it to him. And it was
DeAndre Hopkins has such a good connection with anyone who can throw a ball past 10 yards.
That is true. When he was playing on Houston a couple of years ago, remember when they made the playoffs?
Tom Savage and everybody.
Tom Savage,
Brock Osweiler.
Brian Hoyer, Ryan Mallett. They literally just rotated through all these dudes.
The Brock Lobster.
And then they still made it into the playoffs with Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
It was literally just like the DeAndre Hopkins show.
Because D-Hop's down there somewhere.
He is.
Literally.
He literally is. All right. Okay. One of the games of the week, maybe. Rams-Buccaneers. These two teams are in desperate need of turning things around.
Game of the week?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
It was an awful game.
2 years ago, maybe.
Well, no,
or
but it's
a
like
year ago.
But let's think about this. Like, Rams are 3-4, Bucks are 3-5. Like, I feel like whoever loses this game, like, their season's over.
Both their seasons are over already.
Not in the NFC.
That's true.
The NFC's so bad. I think they've got a shot.
Give me the Buccaneers. I can't see Tom Brady losing 3 straight games in a row.
He already has.
Oh, he has?
This game's in Tampa.
Give me the Rams.
Wow. I
Going into last week, he already had lost 3 times in a row.
Cooper Kupp got a little banged up last week at the end of the game.
Wait, did he lose again last week?
No, I think last week made it 3 in a row.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah. That's what it was.
What's Cooper
So
Kupp's
this would
injury?
be his 4th loss in a row.
He had a little ankle injury. I don't think it's serious, but it was like it happened in garbage time, and Sean McVay's like kicking himself for playing him. Give me the Bucks. I don't know. Yeah, give me the Bucks. I think they.
I didn't know that. All right, give me the Bucks then too.
Okay. There's not a lot of disparity this week.
These 4 in a row. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no
I mean,
way.
3 in a row was the first time in his career it was the first time in 20 years. Last time Tom Brady lost 3 in a row was 2002.
Yeah.
So we were all less than 1 year old.
Yeah.
And watching Tom Brady last game, he did not look like Tom Brady at all.
He
Which
looked-
is why
he
if
looked
the
bad.
Buccaneers do lose this game, I'm not going to be surprised.
Oh,
but
I-
the Rams don't look that good
No,
either
neither
this
of these
year.
teams look good. And I think Tampa's defense, at the very least, even though they've been slacking a little this year, I mean, if they can just force Stafford into a couple mistakes, which isn't hard because Stafford's played terrible, then that could happen. Okay, Titans-Chiefs is the big Sunday night game this week. Both these teams are 5-2, which is hard to believe because I was not a believer in the Titans at all at the beginning of the year, and now they win every week, even when their quarterback only throws for 50 yards. I don't know if it's going to be Tannehill or Willis playing this game. I don't care. Kansas City's going to win. Andy Reid coming off a bye. Like, come on. There's no way they lose this game,
Derrick
right?
Henry was unleashed last week, but I'll tell you what, you can't run the ball as much. You can't run the ball 32 times with Derrick Henry when you're down multiple scores to the Chiefs.
It's a lot different running against the Texans defense versus running against the Chiefs defense.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. I was tempted actually to pick Tennessee, but once I realized that Kansas City's coming off a bye, like, no, there's no way they're Andy Reid's teams, I don't think they lose. They just don't lose after buys. Why'd you just throw that?
I don't know.
Why are you like this?
I felt like it.
Reid is 20-3 after a bye in his career.
Well, that's what he's always been
doesn't
known
lose.
for. He's
Like-
always
like-
been known for
yeah.
being like just over preparing for
Yeah.
everything.
There's no shot they lose that game.
Well, think of all the weird and crazy things he comes up with week to week.
Yeah.
Give him an extra week to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember watching this Eagles video where it was Andy Reid's time with the team, and he always carried around a binder that was this big with just everything in it.
Okay, last game of the week, Monday night, Ravens-Saints. Saints are 3-5. Baltimore's 5-3. Ravens just made that big trade for Roquan Smith. Ravens are going to win the AFC North, and they're going to win this game too. Even if Andy Dalton plays well, which he has the past couple weeks, Baltimore is, I think, maybe the most underrated team in the league. If they could just finish games this year, they'd be at the very least 7-1. They're gonna win. I think they're a lot better, I think, than people think they are.
I think they're gonna win too.
And like, I still think there's a chance the Saints win the NFC South, even if they lose this game, which is sad. But like, I just, it's more so about the Ravens and how good I think they are versus how not good I think the Saints are. Because the Saints actually look pretty good with Andy Dalton, and Kamara had a huge game last week, but I don't think they can replicate that against this Ravens front. So, with that being said, Jason, how many games did we pick differently this week? I think it was only 2. We were pretty status quo this week.
1, 2.
Yeah, I think it was 2.
That's how it keeps going, because the first couple of weeks we still were trying to figure out what the teams exactly were, but now that it's
honestly the
matchups
this week are not great, which I think is part of it too. Like, there's not a lot that I feel like you can really, I mean, like,
and I'm not just
justifiably pick different.
I'm not gonna make crazy upset picks just for the hell of it.
I mean, you could if you want.
Yeah, but I mean, if I don't actually think it's gonna happen,
well,
I'm not gonna be like, oh, I think. I was about to use Bears-Dolphins as an example. That's literally what.
Yeah, that's what I did. No, I actually think the Bears could win that game. I think that's my upset pick this week. I think they could win the game.
If I had to pick one that I could see being differently than I picked. Would the Colts be an upset?
I picked the Colts. You picked the Patriots, remember?
Maybe the Commanders over the Vikings. I could see that.
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe.
Falcons over the Chargers, maybe.
I feel... maybe Jets over Bills? Maybe?
I can't.
I don't know.
There's no way.
Either way. Hopefully, hopefully this week I actually get the 2 games right, and we end up... I end up closing in on your overall record here. I'm 6 games back. It's week 9. Getting to the halfway point of the season. I got to start making some money moves here. Make sure that we're on top. But anyway, we still got to do the tiebreaker for this week, so let's get that squared away. What game do you think we should pick this week, Chase?
Makes my hands fart.
Oh, that's attractive.
If only we had the mics.
Do Seahawks-Cardinals.
Seahawks-Cardinals.
Ooh.
Oh, we do have one more trade. Broncos are trading for Jets pass rusher Jacob Martin.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either. But we're giving up a 4th-round pick in 2024 in exchange for a 2024 5th. I feel like I've heard of Jacob Martin before. I feel like he's like solid, but he's also not Bradley
I was just
Chubb.
about to say he's not Bradley Chubb.
Anyway, yeah, what game we picking this week? Seahawks, Cardinals? All right.
I think that's going to be a good game.
I do too. I think that's going to be high scoring. Give me
too.
Cardinals 30-27.
30-27?
Yeah.
Cardinals
24. Might actually need the tiebreaker this week.
28-24?
Yeah.
That's a 4-point difference, 3-point difference for me. I'm a little higher scoring. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah. I think that's all the trades we're going to have for now. We're about half an hour from the trade deadline, but if anything else happens, we'll talk about it next week. And
we got a minute 30 seconds to close out the show.
That being said, how much of my reaction at the beginning did you get with the Bradley Chubb trade? 'Cause that was funny.
Immediately after Zach said you should have been recording this, I hit record. So I got you blankly staring at your computer, looking like you wanted to die and just screaming no.
I can't wait to go back and watch that. Anyway,
we can put that clip on
that clip will be on social media this week. But anyway,
and once again,
in the meantime,
our new Instagram account a follow.
Give the Gridiron Lion Show on Instagram a follow, and give us a like, give us a subscribe. We desperately need fans, please.
Comment, interact with our channel in any way possible.
Yeah. And with that being said, for my co-host Zach Rhoda, our producer Jace Gibbons, who exists to just make my life miserable.
Woo!
I'm Casey Kreuter saying so long. We'll talk to you next week, previewing Week 10 of the NFL season. Have a good one, everybody, and enjoy your football week. And go Phillies!
Yes.